Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So before we begin the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new video that comes on board. If you have any comments, any topics, any questions, or anything else, put them in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer it, and I'll be happy to follow through with it. If you want to connect with me on other social media outlets, I'm more than happy to do so. On Facebook, you can search for me, Carlos Flores Jr. On Instagram, you can type at Back on Basics. On X, you can type at Back on Basics. The reason why I'm also want to connect with you in other social media outlets is that sometimes these questions are personal, and you want a specific answer that curtails to you. And I want to make sure that that through private messages or DMs or however it is, I can answer questions that are specific to you. Because again, right, you're part of my support system, and I'm part of your support system as well. And so keep them coming. I've had a number of questions, I've had a number of comments, and I've had a number of suggestions. So keep them coming, and that's great. So today's topic is on compassion. Compassion. Compassion is very important. It's a superpower, and I call it a superpower that us humans have, because without compassion, there's no connection with other human beings. Without compassion, there's no mind-body balance. Without compassion, there's no in the present moment. Without compassion, there's no humankind, bottom line, because a lot of the times, nowadays more, with our digital technology and the way that we are post-pandemic, years post-pandemic, by the way, it has made us move away from being like nomads where we go and do things and everything to being on our own. And what I mean by our own is, we're a lot of times we're in front of things like this, right? Or other things like that. And it doesn't mean that that's wrong. I'm not saying that because, you're watching this probably from a phone. You're watching from a tablet, from a laptop. I said cell phone. So I'm more than happy. But at some time, remember yesterday's topic and the topic before, you need to take some micro breaks so that way you can break what you're doing, so that way you don't have to be doing that, because your mind is going to get tired. Your mind is not going to it's going to be unfocused if you're not paying attention to what's around you. And if you keep on doing something for a long period of time, believe me, you'll forget the surroundings. And that's when we're susceptible to making mistakes, to making bad decisions, and also to not being compassionate. And that's today's topic. Compassion is very important, because having compassion means that you are balanced enough that you're able to give some of what you have, some wisdom that you have, some positive words, some love, whatever you want to call it, to others. That's what it means. That's why I call it a superpower, because it is. Because in order for you to be compassionate, right? You need to have enough balance to balance yourself as you're taking from what you have and you're sharing it with somebody else. Can you imagine? That is a superpower. To me, that's a superpower. Compassion is a superpower that we have that a lot of people don't practice. Believe me, a lot of people don't practice. And so we need to do that. We need to be aware of compassionate moment. How's that? I'll call it that. Compassionate moment. sometimes when I go to stores, see somebody that's more needed than I am, and believe me, I'm not rich by any kind, but I'm just happy to have knowledge. I'm happy to have things around me. I'm happy to have family. I'm happy to have support system. I'm happy to have my village. I'm happy to have everything. So in a sense, right, I have some that I can take from what I have and share it. It could be money. It could be food. It could be kind words. It could be a hello. It could be whatever you want to do. And realize that most of the stuff that I just said are free. You don't need anything besides money or food, maybe. Most of the other stuff, compassion, that creates compassion, positive words, right? Saying hi, hello, connecting with somebody. Those things are free. It takes time. That could be your micro break, right? Micro break and be compassionate. Micro break and stop and say, this will go beyond what I usually do because I'm balanced enough that I can give to somebody else. Can you imagine that? Imagine that. Think about that. It's amazing because it is, and it's free most of the time. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to give something. You don't have to give material stuff. Unless, it's a homeless person or somebody else, or you're donating to your favorite charity, or you're donating to, I don't know, the SPCA, or whatever you choose to do it. Be compassionate. I sit in a place where compassion sometimes is needed a lot more, which is the school. I was a dorky kid when I was in 5th grade. I saw the cool kids doing things that were cool. Did I wish to do that? Yes. Did I wish to be part of that group? Yes. I wasn't. At that point, I wasn't. I was just dorky. But there were people that took me under their wing and showed me things that made me who I am. Teachers, friends, classmates. So, it's hard, right? It's hard to be a human being, and it's hard to be. You know how some of the things it says Army of One. Well, that's great because you can do things on your own. But remember, an army of one can get you somewhere and can get you results. But if you multiply, if you compound, and you make an army of many, then you can get things done faster. You can collaborate. You can provide compassion to all of the people around you that are helping you get to where you want to get to. Believe me, there's a lot of people that I can think. This video would be over 30, 40 minutes if I thank everybody in my life that has given me compassion. Compassion. Real compassion. And it doesn't matter how small it is. A smile is compassion. Look, I'm already goosebumps, right? It's like my brain is hardwired so that whenever I think about smiling, or whenever I smile, it just comes out. And look, I'm already like, that's another superpower. It's the power of smile. Hey, if I smile at people, if I wave at people, they will smile. Some people get surprised that I say hi to them, that I greet them, that I ask them how they're doing. It's amazing. People yearn. Remember what I told you. People yearn to be loved. People yearn to be listened to. People yearn warmth. People yearn understanding. People yearn being part of something. Compassion. That's what you do every time. I mean, in my town where I was born, everybody knows everybody. Everybody chats with each other. Everybody's doing that. It's that sharing. It's like, I'm not busy enough to not say hi to you. I'm not going to just walk by you. I'm going to say hi to you. And if we start a conversation, we're going to have a conversation. And we're going to get to know each other. Or we're going to set up a time when we're going to do that. So here's the thing. In order for you to use your superpower, and remember, you have your superpower compassion, right? You have to use your support system. That's one of the things that I would recommend you using, because your support system, again, remember what I said, your support system looks at your life from different angles, different perspectives. So they're able to give you different views and different suggestions on how you can succeed, how you can move forward. Compassion. I mean, even saying the word, it just, our mind is running like 1,000 miles per hour. I have so many examples, but we would be here for a long time. This video would be the longest that I've ever done, because it is. Being compassionate is something that people take for granted. And again, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to be a broken record. Compassion, being compassionate, is a superpower that us human beings take for granted a lot. It doesn't have to cost anything. It doesn't have to be something that will change the other person's life. All it has to do is have that human connection, understanding, warmth, right? Being loved, being understood, compassion. Compassion builds compassion. Imagine, right? Why do you think we were, when 9/11 happened, we all came together as one, as much as we could? Again, it wasn't perfect, but we all came together as one. And we said, we're a nation of one. We're one nation, right? And so it's amazing that, and I'm fortunate that something like that has to take place in order for us to unite as a nation. Why do we need wars for us to unite as a nation? Why can't we do other things, right? And not everybody's going to do it. I'm not saying everybody do it, because believe me, there's some things that I won't do. But again, the basics. For me, it's about the basics. It's my basic foundation. Is being in the here and now. Is showing compassion to people. Smiling. I mean, these videos, right? It's all the books that I have read, all the lectures that I've sat in for many years, all of the teachers that have given me their compassion and have given me knowledge beyond books. I appreciate that. That's compassion, right? And so that's what I'm talking about. It's free. Compassion is free, and it's a human superpower. So be compassionate. Take some micro breaks and be compassionate with somebody or with a group. Tomorrow, I'm going to do the same thing that I do. I come from extended summer school, exhausted. Why? Because I try to touch bases with everybody that I can. I greet everybody that I can. I greet the kids coming off the bus. I say bye to the kids when they get on the bus to go home. I switch from English to speak to the English speakers. I switch to Spanish to speak to the migrant kids that speak Spanish. I go from English. I do Spanglish for some of them, so that way they can understand when I talk to them in English and Spanish. I mean, I talk to the people that need that human contact, right? I talk to people that need compassion. I talk to people that say, I just want somebody to listen to me. That's all I want. And then they leave with a smile because you've listened to them, because I've listened to them. So again, that's our superpower. Remember, use compassion. Use your superpower daily. Daily. And you'll see that will actually balance your mind and body quickly. That'll get you moving forward. That'll give you compounding victory, small, medium, and large, all put together. It's amazing, isn't it? I want to thank 203 subscribers that have come on board. I mean, man, it's less than a year. And I know, I mean, some people go a little bit faster. And I've said this before. I'm going to be a broken record. But I appreciate you. You're part of my support system. I am part of your support system. I'm part of your village. I've answered people's questions. I connected with people in other social media outlets that have requested to be part of my circle. More than happy to do so. Again, human nature is amazing, but it's amazingly difficult to understand sometimes. By showing compassion, it opened doors that never have opened before. Again, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new video that comes on board. Hit the like button. Compassion, the power of compassion. Compassion is a superpower to me. Man, look, I'm exhausted. I'm still laughing. I'm still in cloud nine. Till next time, Back on Basics.